made today. Obviously, talk about the sport wars. Obviously, the second video you saw me roasting it in that video, pretty much. But this one roasts Mr. Francis, right here in this video, pretty much. But get to the topic at hand. This is why Tiger with me is the undisputed goal of time over LeBron, because LeBron in 2003 to 2009, he didn't win a title until he got to Miami in 2011, 2012. I was still chasing majors still. But I got over almost 500 views on this short from last night. That's crazy. That's crazy because probably I put the boring in the short, obviously, when I edited the words, obviously. But whoever LeBron is now electrifying, I am one of the most electrifying athletes you have ever seen. Better than LeBron, like I said, Mr. Francis. We all know who the Michael Jordans are. And this isn't not just basketball. This is in all sports. Counting swimming, tennis. And I don't know who the Michael Jordans are in twins as far as the female and the males. Even if it's Pride Month or not. Pride or not. There is a sin, obviously, but anyways. Serena was the Michael Jordan and Bill Russell of tennis. Her sister was too as well, even when they were together and when they was playing against each other. It was always back and forth battles, you know. But we finally beat the Padres, obviously, yesterday. And the Orioles and the Padres, two of my favorite teams in baseball, if anybody didn't know. That and the Brewers and a few other teams. I got a few other teams. The Orioles is one of them. Padres is the second one. Brewers is the third one. Then I got a few other teams I like too. But, took a minute to snap that losing streak. Obviously, we lost 7 straight prior to that, but 6 of the losses came at home, obviously. I told Mr. Francis, you're going to have to bow down to Michael Jordan, knowing he has kids too. His daughter's already doing what I'm doing for his podcast is concerned, obviously. He had 2 daughters, he had 2 sons. Like I said, Michael Jordan's the better go over LeBron. Because he's still, I know Mr. Francis going to say, Trey, you need to stop changing that narrative, Mr. Francis. You need to stop changing that narrative. It's not because he made other plays, but I know you say LeBron's making other plays, but I said, no, he's not, because it's like you. You don't take accountability for your actions and your sins. Also, I don't know who's going to win the World Series, but I think I got a feeling I already know who's going to be. It's probably going to be Philadelphia. Whoever comes out of the AL, pretty much, as far as the National League is concerned. But I think Philadelphia might go all the way. But then the best team in baseball all season long, they face the Yankees tonight. It's a team that's been struggling down the stretch as August is about to start. But anyways, Michael Jordan is one of the most influential athletes you have ever seen. You saw his money earlier when I showed you in my first video. He's one of the most wealthiest athletes at $3.3 billion. I know what's a friend I hate data. I said, well, data doesn't lie. My data channels that I follow don't lie. Mr. Friend, who's the wealthiest athlete of all time? From the most wealthiest, just trying to get up there to a billionaire. I would say more than half the average of a millionaire. And Tiger Woods with me is on that list, second most money made behind Michael Jordan. You know, what's the friends going to say, Trey? I'm going to say, well, you need to start changing that narrative because in the era of baseball, in the era of basketball we're in now, the positions are starting to become positionless in the NBA and baseball and WNBA as well, because the WNBA is going to have an expansion team coming up in 2025, 2026. So you thank me for that too, Mr. Francis, as well. So the men's team and the women's team has a Toronto team, a Canadian team now. To the point that the women's team is going to have all the first round draft picks and second round draft picks going forward until they run out of draft picks, pretty much. Or they make trades for draft capital, pretty much. And yes, the men's team is going to have a Las Vegas team, but it's going to be called the Las Vegas Venom. And they're trying to bring the Seattle Supersonics back, pretty much, but they're probably going to be in the West more than likely. I think the Las Vegas Venom is going to be in the West more than likely. As far as those 2 expansion teams, pretty much. So like I said, it's been a fun baseball season. 62 games left in the season, pretty much. It's been a fun season, honestly. Been one of the hottest teams in the league. You know, we cooled down this month in July, 7, 8, and 11 this month. Milwaukee is at, I think, 16 and 7 this month. And then Philadelphia also We had double-digit wins this month. We had double-digit losses. On the Yankees, have been worse in that span. On Chicago, we had to win again all of July. And also, um, another team that's been struggling too, the Rockies too as well. Barely winning some games, they barely winning any games, in the NL West, So like I said, it's been a fun baseball season. Football season is slowly approaching. Cannot wait. But by the time I watch the Chiefs and Ravens game, my mom and I will be on my aunt and uncle will be on vacation while I'm watching the Ravens game while they're gone, pretty much. But I'll be able to get the content and talk about who won the game and who finally who, um sorry for stumbling obviously who won the game between the Ravens and the Chiefs obviously in September. Obviously I'll let you know on that too as well. Um, so it's been a fun baseball season. A lot of teams have been high, a lot of teams have been cold. This has been a fun National League wildcard. But three spots is not enough. If I'm the commissioner, they're going to have to add 3 more spots because 3 spots in the National League wildcard is not enough. Not enough. And I told Mr. Francis too, the Rays are the worst team in the league. And I told Mr. Francis it's going to be the worst team in the league. And the West is loaded. Yeah, all these teams chasing the entire including Mounts if they keep John Morant healthy. Murray State from South Carolina. I found that Zion's from North Carolina. I probably didn't go to North Carolina Tar Heels. They wouldn't get the rest of the Duke Blue Devils, but anyways. Another story for another time, but anyways. Found Zion Wilson's from North Carolina. So not that far from South Carolina. So if he had went to school, they'd probably be North Carolina Tar Heels instead of Duke instead, but he chose Duke instead, but anyways. It's been a fun baseball season, obviously. The Brewers are in the NL Central. It's not even close for us in the NL Central. It's close. We're leading the Pirates and the Cardinals by 7 or 8 games in the National League Central. Baltimore's leading swimmingly in the AL East by close to a couple games, I think. And Boston's starting to get hot as of now. Toronto's starting to get hot. All the teams starting in the AL East starting to get hot while the Yankees and Baltimore have been going ice cold. And now the Yankees play the Philadelphia Phillies tonight. The battle for the best records in baseball. One of several best records in baseball. Baltimore has the third best record. We had the third best record. Baltimore has the third best record. The Brewers had the 4th best record in baseball. And Reddit has the 5th best record in baseball, despite them going off this month too as well. But trade deadlines approaching in baseball. Honestly, we made true trades for 2 aces pretty much. So far so good for Baltimore. So we trade for 2 aces pretty much. So like I said, it'll be a long season for Mr. Francis' team right now. This is LeBron's last year, and I think it will be. LeBron will not play forever. He knows his end is near. He knows the time is ticking for all the times undefeated. See all that gray in his hair, don't you see that, Mr. Francis, as well? See all that gray in his hair. But you know how old he is, too. I turned 50 and 49 in golf years, but I turned 31 next May. Anyway. So like I said, football season is slowly approaching. Madden 2025 has Christian McCaffrey on it. NBA 2K25 has Jason Tatum on it. And the All-Star Edition has Aja Wilson and Chuma Files I follow on Instagram. And YouTube, I was able to follow Jason Tatum. I don't know his YouTube name, but I'll find out about that eventually. But I follow Aja Wilson on Instagram anyways. But anyways. Both of them on the All-Star Cup. Then Vince Carter's on the Hall of Fame edition for NBA 2K25. And I already knew that was coming because he gets inducted to the Hall of Fame later on this year. So like I said, that's just talking for sports. I'm talking about sports right now. It's been an entertaining baseball season. A lot of surprise teams, a lot of disappointing teams in baseball. Of course, the Brewers have been no surprise as far as them being able to win games with a new manager now. Baltimore's been white hot all season long. Just starting to cool off a little bit, obviously, but they'll get back. The Orioles will get back on track. I'm almost certain of it. Also, the Padres, they lost that game, obviously, yesterday. We lost the series 3-1. We buoyed the sweep, at least the 4-0 series sweep, anyways. A lot of teams are fighting for the AL wild card. A lot of teams trying to get back in this race, obviously, but 3 spots in the AL wild card race is not going to be enough either. You might have to add 3 more spots if I'm the commissioner because the 3 spots for the AL in the National League wild card is not enough. It's not enough. Too many teams are close in striking us for that third final wild card spot in the second final wild card. Atlanta's first wild card spot really is starting to dwindle now because they lost to the Mets yesterday. Um, so, like I said, obviously, um, like I said, this is not a fair fight when it comes to sport wars. I know too much. Journalism was already my field. I told them on the show, I said, what was your field other than acting? I said, acting, I already knew that because that ran my family I was in role play, obviously. But I asked them, meant to ask them on to this one, what was your talent other than warehouse work? Mine was warehouse work too, because my grandfather, who was also a tourist as well, and my father was also a tourist as well. The reason why I defied height and weight classes because I was able to get most of my weight back at the butt bending too much. But anyways, I'm taking buttons to get most of my weight back. Anyways, I asked Diamante, other than the wrestling game, what was your other games you obviously play? Obviously, I meant to ask him that too. But what was your other thing other than warehouse and working with dietary aid? Pretty much, I said that can't be only fields, man. Can't be only fields. Mine's was journal. I know you're gonna say journal wasn't my field. So yeah, it was. It always been. I know my sports too well. Diamante as well. I knew he was a Titans fan, obviously. Your team is on the rise, but the schedule does favor him for the first several games. But the other part of the schedule, when I saw the Titans schedule, it doesn't favor him down the stretch. Even to go on their bye too. So be careful. Watch your team, Diamante, as far as the Titans as well, because they could be back in the playoff contention. I know I'm a Ravens fan, obviously. There was one team that gave us fits a lot when Ryan Tannehill was above average. Ryan Tannehill was giving us fits, obviously. So like I said, um, it's been a journey, obviously. Got back with family, obviously, but I told Mr. Francis, your team's gonna be the worst team in the league. And I proved that last year when they lost to Denver in that playoffs. So you build up more than you can chew, Mr. Francis. So yeah, they won the ring, but I know Mr. Francis said, yeah, they won the ring, but how did we lose? Obviously, because LeBron is human right now. LeBron's a hypocrite. And I don't give a damn what nobody says. And what Dreamers Pro said, Dreamers Pro, one of my YouTube followers or subscribers too as well. Dreamers Pro and the Dreamers Pro short clips channel on the Dreamers Pro uh, channels as well. He said the Bills and it reminds me of me. So I don't give a damn. We got a lot of hot topics when it comes to sports these days. And, he always says things that I would probably say. So we got special friends. I don't give a damn if I'm roasting Mr. Francis or not. But he's not saying Dreamers Pro's not roasting Mr. Francis. Just that the 2 sources that I follow on YouTube. No, I follow all the sports sources, obviously, and all the other sources, gaming sources and sports sources, obviously. The main tab listen to is Stephen A. Smith show and the Dreamers Pro and Dreamers Pro clips. Those are people that give you facts and opinions. You come to the Michael Jordans too, as well, especially in all sports of that. Mr. Ron's going to get the 6th ring, but you forget, no, he's going to be 50-50 by the time he gets there. That's 50-50. That's heaven and hell. Mr. Francis said, Draymond said, how's he going to break that record? He said, he can break that record. And I said, no, he can't. He's not going to break Bruce Lee and Shannon Rose as far as martial arts either. If Michael Jordan was facing him in boxing right now, Michael Jordan would beat LeBron in boxing. That's a no-brainer. Because Michael Jordan has the longer arms. And he has great footwork even with injuries too. Even if I made him in the boxing game or not, Michael Jordan has better footwork. Even with his injuries too and his age. Only thing that stopped him is injuries and age. But he overcomes it because his father's genetics too as well. Canada football season continues. Cannot wait for the first preseason game. We play the Eagles, obviously. I think we also played them in the regular season. Quote me on that quote. I could be wrong. I think we played them in the regular. We played them twice. Preseason and the regular season. But that's a road game for Philadelphia, obviously. My homeboy Justin team from CC plays the Ravens, obviously. So we played them in the preseason and the regular season twice. Once in the regular season, once in the preseason. But anyways, like I said, I meant to ask them on day too as well. which other field other than role playing and acting. I said that was already my field too as well. Because graphic arts and visual arts. But anyways, um, like I said, um, Tiger Woods, like me, was the better go over LeBron because he took accountability for his actions and his sins, Mr. Francis. When it came out to his height and weight classes, he was able to overcome because my father's genetics, my father's legacy. But anyways, so like I said, Mr. Francis, your team is the worst team in the league right now, especially the Lakers per se. The Lakers are a clown show. They can't even sign them, but they don't even got the money to buy, take on contracts or absorb contracts that will put them over the hard cap. So like I said, Mr. Francis' team is going to be the worst team in the league once LeBron is retired. Mr. Francis is going to say LeBron's going to play for him 40,000 points. Yeah, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists, but you already know who has the most assists in NBA history, though. You don't have the most assists in NBA history, so I don't want to hear that too, Mr. Francis. It don't matter. Those rings do matter. And he won his fourth title in a different city, and I'll tell you again in 2019, when he won it in Florida. That was PJ Tour 2008 when I was going to Florida in 2008. City I call home. Well, I wouldn't say I call home, but I say home because I actually been there. Like I said, that fourth title has an asterisk on it. I don't give a damn what Mr. Francis Douglas said. I know LeBron say, yeah, I'm Jason Jordan and I got 6 titles. I said, well, you know how long it took you to get the 6th title? It took you in your entire career. When Kobe Bryant won his 5th title, he was 34 years old. When Michael Jordan won his 1st title, he was 34 years old. And Bill Russell, when he was a one-and-done player out of his school, when he won his 6th title, he was age 33. He was younger than Kobe Bryant. He wasn't part 1 Bill Russell yet, and he wasn't part 1. He wasn't part 1 like Kobe Bryant, part 1 like Michael Jordan. Bill Russell set the standard for all Bruce Ray and Shannon of the Green Hornets. He won his title at the age of 30. His 6th title, his 6th of his 11 titles. He won his 6th title. He won at the age of 33. Then he won his 7th one, his age 34 year. Then he won more. His remaining 3 is part 2 Father Time is, and then he retired in 13 seasons. 18-year-old, 31-year-old. No, 18-year-old. I think he was a 36-year-old when he stopped playing in the NBA, I think. Almost 40-year-old, almost Bill Russell, obviously. He had to win his remaining titles. What he did in that era was what Bruce Roy and Shane Roy defied in this era of martial arts. If it were out the gloves to either, soldier. So like I said, Bill Russell, what Bill Russell did was something that Jordan couldn't even do. Something that LeBron couldn't even do. Nobody was in number 11 other than me. Like I said, Mr. Francis, your team is the worst team in the league. The West is loaded. The Lakers can't make no moves. They can't even make no trades during the trade deadline. When next year's trade deadline comes up. So like I said, your team is the worst team in the league. And I'll say it again. This is LeBron's last year. You know, he has a full no trade clause, and he has that last year as a fully guaranteed deal money-wise. And he signed that 3-year deal, but that last year is a player option. If you didn't know either, Mr. Francis. You know, he has a no trade clause. This is LeBron's last year to win the title. This is it for LeBron right now. But Tiger Woods, like me, still chasing green jackets. Oh, yeah, green jackets. Yeah. Well, LeBron's gonna be retired and doing this podcast, but he's not gonna. He's gonna give credit to Clayton Clark of nostalgia and Angel Reese of nostalgia because the project is indeed like me, Melanie as well. No offense, Melanie. Also, I think you hate her, and I think Grace plays for you hate her because she's black, Miss Melanie Zelikowski. You hate her because she's black and she's a Taurus. To say it for what it is. Because she has a ring, though, in college. And she's chasing it in the East now. Melanie as well. Now, if anybody that's a Lakers fan, Mr. Francis and Melanie, y'all team's going to be the worst team in the league. I'm just letting y'all know that now, in this era that we're in now. All the other teams are probably going to compete while the Lakers are going to be a playing team. Again. Like I said. Mr. Francis' team and Mounty's team, as a Lakers fan, is human right now. They can't make no trades. They can't even make no moves. They don't even have the money to even trade for contracts, Mounty and Mr. Francis as well. And I told Mr. Francis too, as well, knowing you're in Georgia, obviously, your team cannot compete. I know Mr. Francis going to say, Trey, I would have done the NBA 2K24 and 25. I said, how Kobe Bryant made all the covers. He made NBA 2K10. He made NBA 2K21 after his death. Made NBA 2K10, 2K21, 2K24, NBA 2K17, the Legend Edition. LeBron's only made the cover 3 times. NBA 2K19, the Legend Edition. NBA 2K20, the Legend Edition. No, D Wade was on NBA 20, Legend Edition. LeBron was on the NBA Legend Edition for 2K19, 2K14. And also, he was on the cover for NBA 2K23, the Legend Edition. They had LeBron on that one as well. The cover I told you about in my previous videos on my old channel on YouTube as well. Skip Bayless was on the hater edition with honesty because he gives his facts and when it comes to Shannon Sharp as well. He hates Shannon Sharp in real life, and I hate him too as well. It's like Mr. Francis would probably give Shannon Sharp all the credit he deserved that Mr. Sharp was a LeBron fanboy. That's why Mr. Francis is. Kobe Bryant made more 2K covers. Vince Carter made two covers, EA Sports and 2K, NBA 2K25, NBA Wild 2000, 2003? I think so. 2004, one of those years. I think it was 2003 or 2004, but anyways. They made NBA 2K25, so he's the only player that made it. One of the people that made the EA Sports and 2K. Tiger Woo was the other, which was me. I've been on every cover for EA Sports and 2K since my time. I've been on every Tekken game since I was born on this earth. Every cover, pretty much. Evil. To find a man of a girl, and to find a man of a boy, Brand Metro, Nostalgia, and Jinkers on this side. But that's another story for another time, anyways. With the topic at hand. Like I told Mr. Francis, so you hate yourself. You don't take accountability for your actions. As a kid, as a person that's almost 30 years old in 2025, you now represent your zodiac very well. Because like I said, you don't take accountability for your actions. You don't take accountability for your sins. You know, you committed a crime once, just like I did, obviously. You don't want to take accountability for that? Okay, we'll see how far it gets. We commit that crime, get locked up again. I warned you. One warned you. I don't have a double N in my name, but anyways. It's my job to lock you up, too. Friends or not, and conflict of interest or not. And if we know each other or not, it don't matter at this point. Like I told Mr. Francis, the Warriors are doing good. I already know the Warriors are doing good. The Brewers are doing good. The Padres are doing good. As far as win streaks is concerned, some of the hottest teams doing it, but the Yankees are starting to cool off a little bit. And then they play in Philadelphia, don't get any. They got to play Philadelphia multiple times in this series. In this series is crucial because they're trying to fight for home field throughout the playoffs in the air, and they also fight for the AL East lead and try to clinch home field throughout the playoffs and win the division for the first time since 2018. Almost 6 years since then. They've only won the division in the last 2 years. Well, New York has won the AL, repeated in the AL East since 2009, 2010. That's how long it's been since the Yankees won the World Series, too. The second longest had the streak in the AL, and the second longest had the streak in baseball. Only Cleveland has the longest since Miss Hines' era, the Victorian in 1930. They never won a World Series. They have made a World Series since they won when they fought the Cubs back in the 2020s, 2021, I think. And they lost a dramatic game 7 due to calls that short should have been called, obviously. But you don't count those calls on, but you do when it comes to a game 7, obviously. But the Cubs won that fight because they had the longest streak in baseball. As far as not winning the World Series, almost 100 years until they snapped in 2021. But anyways, that was 3 years ago. But anyways. So like I said, Mr. Francis and Melanie, y'all think it's going to be the worst team in the league. And I told Miss Melanie Saragowski, how could you be a Clayton Carr fan knowing I defy K and double C in my name, but you're not a fan of double E of hell? I think you honestly hate her because she's black. To say it for what it is, no offense. I'm not racist, not sexist or anything, but I didn't get her because she's black. And no offense, in the history that defies racism and discrimination, that is fine. I think you just hate her because of that. And it's not a legitimate reason, Melanie, as well. We're about to go make dinner in a few minutes. About to make the pizza in a few minutes. I haven't finished making this video, obviously. But anyways, getting back to the topic at hand. Like I said, the Lakers are the worst team in the league. Yeah, I'll be making a pizza after I finish making this video. But anyways, the Lakers are the worst team in the league, obviously. Anyways, still making a video. Just wait until I finish. Obviously, like I said, Lakers are the worst team in the league, Mr. President Melanie. Now, I'll give it damn Melanie if you hate Angel Reese, but you're going to have to respect her because I follow her on Instagram and YouTube as well. Just hate her because she's black and interracial. To say it for what it is, Melanie. You don't want to admit that. I know you don't want to admit that, Melanie, but it's okay. You'll be alright. You'll be alright. Because her birthday was May 6th, 2 months ago, almost 3 months ago. Taurus horoscope. And I jumped to her height even in sport games as well. But anyways, like I said, in the video right there, guys. But yeah, I gave you some sports content. The next video we'll talk about why the NL in the NL as far as the wild card race and as far as country home field out the president, NL and AL is going to get tighter these days. But the next video, it would involve me roasting Mr. Francis again. You're going to have to bow down to Michael Jordan in this next video as well. I know you don't want to, but you're a 5'1" guy, he's 6'6", he dunks over you all day. So that's a fact, that's a fact. So like I said, out in the video right there, guys, I gotta make dinner, obviously. I'll be at them making the next video after, but just want to give Mr. Francis a hit as far as sport watch is concerned. And anybody that's a Lakers fan is concerned, they can't afford to trade for nobody as well. But that'll be in the next video. Yeah.